Well, nothing says London more than double-decker buses, red phone boxes, even fish and chips. But there's nothing quite as iconic as the London black cab. Taxi! The early models for today's black cabs were introduced back in the 1940s and 50s, and they haven't been off the capital streets since. The Royal Albert Hall, please.
Albert Hall, yeah, no problem. My name's Jim. I've been a cabbie for 13 years. I've had this taxi for 2.5 years. It's something I always wanted to do, is the freedom. You work for yourself, basically.
There are around 22,000 of these taxis in London, and to get a licence for one, drivers have to take an exam to test their in-depth knowledge of 26,000 of the capital streets. But the future production of these iconic vehicles is in doubt. The company that builds them is calling in the administrators.
Product recalls, suspending production and accounting error, that hasn't helped the company at all. But longer term, they've got a more fundamental problem, which they find it difficult to compete with the bigger players. And in many ways, they've been overtaken by technology, production methods and the economics of the industry. I think to survive long term, they need a big player as a backer, and they need to think about a very different business model.
There are new players in the market, but many drivers are hopeful the traditional cab, with the necessary improvements, will still have a place in the future.
We want a vehicle that's unique, and it's recognisable as a taxi. And we don't want to blur the vision between taxis and minicabs, because you can use any car to drive a minicab.
And with that, Jim was on his way, ready to go wherever his next fare might take him. Emma Hayward, Al Jazeera, London.